Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, to start with, the Australian dollar overnight posted a long-legged doji, or in some cases could be seen as a spinning top. From a technical perspective though, the market is still remaining above the midway point at 50. Yesterday, as widely expected, the Reserve Bank of Australia left official interest rates on hold at 1.5%, as low inflation, stubborn wages growth, and a slowing economy weighed on the policymakers. The decision came as the central bank cut its annual economic growth forecast to around 3% from 3.5%, and said downside risks to the economy had increased. Rates have now been on hold for a record low of 30 months. Later today, the Reserve Bank Governor Phil Lowe is due to speak for his first session for this year at the National Press Club in Sydney. The findings of the Royal Commission and what they mean for the banking sector are likely to be key issues for discussion, so no doubt question and answer time will be interesting. So as I mentioned, the RSI is flirting with the midway point. Now, at present, I am a seller above 72.5 up towards 73.20. I feel the market will fail and eventually see a turnaround and look back to the downside with the initial target of 71.65.75 and reassess from there. Looking at the dollar index, the market rallied further overnight and the dollar index has now achieved a high of 95.85. This in turn has seen the greenback now trim all of its losses from last week's FOMC meeting. Later today, President Trump is set to challenge Democrats to approving funding for his long-sought border wall before the Congress at his State of Union speech, which is due at 1 o'clock today in Sydney. Trump is set to deliver the second State of the Union address of his presidency, and although such speeches don't often set the market, we could see a little bit of a challenge if he does bring up about the tariffs in China and see what happens further in terms of the Congress with the wall that he's trying to get funding from Congress at around 5.7 billion. With the technical outlook though, you can see that the market is now broken through the level of 114.35. This now opens the way towards 112.55.75 with resistance capped around minor at 114.55 and firmer at 114.95 to 115.15. Well, the dollar yen still not been able to take out that topside resistance, and a little bit of hesitation has been seen here. With a cap around 110.20.25, the market could easily turn back to the downside, so do be careful if you are trading from a longer side in case we do see a sharp fall. Support at this stage is at 109.55. Well, the pound took out the level, and as you can see, of 130.20 is now exposed a region of 128.40.60, with the immediate targets in at 129.35. From this descending triangle, I do expect to see further weakness, and from a technical point, the marriage is there from the RSI and with the MACD. So let's see if the market can achieve its target and reassess from 128.40. Well, the gold rebound, and you can see from this broad uptrend, is the fact that we could see further gains if this pattern holds, and therefore look back towards the resistance that comes in now around 1,318, an objective of 1,324 to 26. As before, I am still a buyer on dips towards 1308 or around 1,300. Wrapping up with oil, well, the market has pulled back slightly and now at this point shows some threat to the downside as the MACD is breaking down once again. I am bullish and this inverse head and shoulders does support a target of 58. However, a break under $53 a barrel would negate for the time being any bullish call and leave me neutral. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day that's ahead.